everybody, and welcome back to the Hangout Spot where you already know it's Real Talk Sports Talk. Live from my man cave, it's your boy Johnny, and let's talk boxing because all I gotta say is wow. Unbelievable what I saw last night. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney went at it at Barclays Center. And man, oh man, like my boy the Maniac would say, I totally did not see that coming, man. I did not see Ryan Garcia literally beat the brakes off Devin Haney. I didn't see it. So I'm gonna be the first one to admit I'm eating crow right now. I am eating crow. I mean, what can I say, man? But this is what I love about the sport of boxing, man. Anything can happen in that ring. Going into this fight, man, I mean, Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, shouldn't have even been in there. You know, I don't think that he was mentally stable to go out there and fight. I mean, there are people that are saying that this whole thing was an act to promote the fight. I don't know. Personally, I still don't see it. I just think that he was the better man last night. He looked like the bigger guy, obviously. I mean, he came in, we all know he came in overweight, over the 140-pound weight limit. Had to pay Devin Haney $1.5 million as part of a bet that they made during their last press conference. And, you know, that size advantage, although he could not win the 140-pound WBC belt yesterday because of it, that size advantage, ultimately, it was a good investment. It really was. That $1.5 million was good. He looked bigger, stronger, had more in the tank late in the fight. I mean, he drops Haney, 3 times in this fight. A lot of people were saying afterwards, including one of the announcers on DAZN, that they had it even. I personally did not see that. I mean, there's just no way that a fighter can physically beat another fighter in that fashion, knock him down 3 times. I don't care what Devin Haney was doing in spurts in that fight. And again, Devin Haney, much props to Haney, man. Devin Haney is a true champion, man. I mean, he came in there and he got up after being knocked down and he continued to try to fight. He finished the fight on his feet. There was a point in this fight that I thought maybe, Harvey Dock should have considered stopping in. And we'll get into Harvey Dock in a second because last night was not his best night. And I like Harvey Dock. I think he's one of the better referees in boxing today, man. But we'll get into that in a second. Anyway, getting back to Haney and Garcia. I mean, Garcia hurt him in the first round with a monstrous, a vicious left hook. Garcia's money punch. A punch that most people, including myself, thought that Devin Haney would see coming and would be able to negate. But you got to give Ryan credit, man. That speed and that power and that left hook is a gift from God, man. It really is. And his speed and how fast he can hit you and put you out with that type of shot is reminiscent to what I used to see with Roy Jones. I mean, Roy Jones had that type of speed where that left hand, that right hand would just come out of nowhere and just catch you. And it was so fast that it just generated even more power behind it. And he put people out. And Ryan Garcia, man, whether you want to see it or not, and I'm not saying that skill-wise they're on the same level, but that little aspect of his fight game is very reminiscent to Roy Jones, in my opinion. And he caught Haney in that first round, and dazed him. And it looked like Devin Haney recovered from that because he took control of the next couple rounds. There was a point in that fight, early on in that fight, that I thought that hurting Devin Haney was going to be a detriment to Ryan because you saw after that, he was just waiting, trying to catch him with another shot, thinking, you know what, I hurt him. I'll just wait, I'll counter, I'll catch him again with another one and try to put him out. And he was trying in the early part of that fight, and he wasn't getting through. And I thought that maybe that would be the story of the fight, that Devin Haney would just outbox him and avoid that left hand going forward and do enough to be able to win the decision. But Lord and behold, man, Ryan, showed some lateral movement. And at the end of the day, he landed the money punch. He landed it a lot yesterday, and my, oh my, like I said, I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't understand how a guy can look that crazy, that mentally unstable, throughout training camp. Go into a weigh-in, miss weight purposely by 3 pounds, by a little bit over 3 pounds. A fight of this magnitude, a guy like Devin Haney, who is a top 5, 6 pound for pound fighter coming in to this fight, and then you go out there and you put up this performance. I mean, that was incredible. It was amazing. It really was, man. And I didn't think that this fight would be competitive. I didn't think the Barclays Center would sell out. It looked like, from some of the talk that I was getting from my peoples that were at the fight, that, when it got, close to the main event, it looked like it was pretty packed. And I saw videos that my boys were sending me, and the Barclays Center was buzzing. I mean, you could tell, while you're watching it on TV, that there was a lot of buzz and excitement going into this fight. And, I chose not to go to it. Now I'm regretting it. I wish I would have been there, because this was by far at this point in the year, the fight of the year. I mean, it was a lot of buzz, a lot of hype going into it, and it lived up to it as far as the action in the fight. And again, kudos to Haney. He showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit. He fought well in this fight, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Ryan was clearly the better man. And what happens now, man? I mean, the sky's the limit from a marketability standpoint. I mean, Ryan Garcia now is, he might be that next pay-per-view star now. I mean, it really doesn't matter who you put him against. I mean, if you put him against Teofimo Lopez, that'll be a huge fight, huge money draw fight that Ryan Garcia more than likely will be able to sell with his marketability and his following now, and his monstrous left hook. He said after the fight that he wanted to move up to 154. He wanted to bypass 147, move up to 154, fight Sebastian Fundora. Again, even at the post-fight press conference, you could tell there's something off with this kid, man. He's not right, but man, oh man, I mean, he's got the gift from God, man. The talent is there. If he were to one day figure out that maybe I should take this thing a little bit more serious and hone in and focus on getting better, because make no mistake, there's still a lot of flaws in his game. I mean, he showed it yesterday. If he can get better and better, man, I mean, the sky's the limit for Ryan Garcia in the ring and obviously in the bank. So I don't know what happens next with Devin Haney. I mean, a lot of people are saying that this is, can he recover for something like this? Absolutely, man. I mean, fighters take losses, man. This is what happens when guys fight the best guys in their division, in their prime. I mean, sometimes you're going to take a loss. It happens. I mean, the greatest of all time, arguably the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, had plenty of losses. Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, these guys all lost fights. It doesn't diminish how good they were and how legendary they are today, because they fought the best. So I give Devin Haney a lot of credit. He goes out there, he puts it on the line. He wants to look for the big money fights, the big names, for his legacy, trying to obviously, get straps along the way and unified divisions. I mean, so I give him a lot of credit, and I don't think that by any means this tarnishes his career or ends his career like some boxing fans were saying yesterday. Like, stop it. These things happen. Time to go back to the drawing board. I'm sure there was a lot of things that he's going to feel that he could have done better. Personally, I don't think he threw enough jabs. That's his bread and butter. Trying to keep Ryan at bay. He should have thrown a lot more jabs, should have tried to go to the body a little bit more. But I think after that first round, he was kind of leery and trying to get into that danger zone, because he knew that Ryan had the power to hurt him. So again, that changes the whole complexity of the fight when you're thinking, I can't get in there and go reckless because, one shot can then, put me to sleep. So, but, he still has the 140-pound title. Obviously, since Ryan didn't make weight, he could not win the title. So, the mandatory right now, they're saying for him is Sandor Martin. Maybe you take that fight. Sandor Martin, again, a slick boxer, not a guy who can really, really hurt you. Might be a safe next fight, to as your mandatory. And then you kind of take it from there, depending on how you perform. Go out there and still put your skills to the test. Devin Haney has great skills. And challenge yourself. Continue to challenge yourself to fight the best guys. If not, move up to 147. He's 25 years old. He's in great physical condition. Just recover from this, because, like I said, he took a pounding in this fight. I mean, I don't know if he broke his jaw, if Ryan broke his jaw. I mean, there's some reports that he did, and Haney saying, in social media that he didn't. His face looked awfully swelled up to me, and I've seen that before when fighters usually break their jaw. It swells up on that side of their face. So I think he probably did, and he's not admitting it. But either way, he's got to take some time to not just physically, recuperate from this, but mentally. Because like I said, this was more of a manhandling, by Ryan Garcia. So anyhow, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. I know there were a lot of people like me that didn't think that this fight was going to be competitive. I know a lot of people now are coming out of the woodworks. I told you Ryan would knock him out. I wasn't hearing any of these people talking before the fight was happening. At least they weren't commenting and letting me know on text. But either way, let me know your thoughts. I thought it was one hell of a fight. Do you want to see a rematch? Because that's another question, that I want to ask. Do we want to see a rematch? Personally, yes. I think that a rematch should be warranted. Maybe at a catch weight, obviously, at 140, 143, 144. We know Devin Haney's a big kid as well. So I don't think that would be a problem. But I think they should do it again. I mean, he gave Ryan the opportunity. I think Ryan should do the same. I think they will make a lot of money the second time around. I think more people will be, more engaged in it, especially the people like myself who didn't think it was going to be competitive, didn't want to make the trip to New York City to see it live. Now, depending on where it is, you're probably going to want to make that trip to see them do it again. So I think they should do a rematch, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And as always, if you are new to watching my videos, please subscribe. This is how we do it up here at the Hangout Spot. Make sure you're along for the ride. And as always, I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. This is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot, and I'll talk to everybody soon.